Hi guys. Those of you who have dyed a gray or partially gray base with super blonde know that on gray areas such dye settles in a cooler shade compared to the main mass of roots where the percentage of gray is lower or absent. Well, first of all, super blonde is not intended for lightening an uneven base, and gray hair is a combination of hairs with natural pigments and hairs devoid of pigment. So it's a mixed base. And for each type of base, ideally, we should use a different formula. For natural dark hairs, we need a dye that lightens and simultaneously neutralizes the lightening background, while for white, colorless gray hair, we need a darkening dye with neutral or warm pigments. It turns out to be a diametrical contradiction. Yes, but when coloring focal gray hair, I can tell you my secret. If you've decided to use the Super Blonde dye series, then a cool shade can be applied to the entire mass of roots where there's a minimal percentage of gray, and the dye should be mixed with the maximum percentage of developer, as it should be, with a 12% developer. And on the gray patches, usually the temples, use a dye containing warm beige pigments with a lower percentage of developer, the one your dye works with according to the technology. For example, the temple area is 80% gray, while the rest of the mass is very little, 10% gray. And for the first area, where there's little gray, we'll take a cool shade. For example, this is Igora Royale 1211 on a 12% developer. And for the gray temples area, we'll take a beige shade 12.4. This 4 will be the covering one, but we'll take a lower developer, 9%. Moreover, for the first zone, we'll need the maximum processing time, while for the temple area, 20 minutes will be enough.